Tonight, as part of One World Week, the team of Midleton Arts Festival joined Midleton Climate Aware, a great group very active in raising awareness about environmental issues. Caring for our environment is something that is at the core of the Midleton Arts Festival ethos also. The meeting was open to the public to brainstorm, discuss and plan ideas for a large participatory environmental event during Midleton Arts Festival 2020. Something that would make a big impact towards positive change to help bring about long-term sustainable practices in Midleton and using the arts as a way to communicate these goals.
One of our main ideas that we came up with was to collaborate on the market day, because within the market there's so many artists that create food, and they are total artists, and it kind of gets washed away sometimes, you know, in the whole world of creativity and stuff. So it'd be really nice to showcase some of those little sustainable demos within the market for the day.
So we thought maybe you could make a bicycle the official festival transport, okay? And with the bicycle route, you could make your bicycle route to coincide with different events of the festival. So you'd say your courthouse, the Feathers, wherever the pottery, music exhibitions are going on, that they'd be your bus stops or your bicycle stops.
To do invisible theatre on the train line, so that we were saying the train line, maybe the trains don't really come late enough for you to go up to town and go to see a show or to go to the cinema or something, and that maybe to draw attention to that, to get more train times, we could start earlier on in the year and do some invisible theatre and video it and then put it on the website and sort of build it every week so that hopefully people would be looking forward to the next instalment or whatever. So that was one idea, sort of Augusta Boal Invisible Theatre, it's called.
We were speaking really about large scale, there you go buddy. We were speaking really about large scale action in Midleton and how there are as many different groups in Midleton that are committed to fantastic actions across the town, but having a meeting that have all of these organisations from grassroots to political and where they can share ideas and probably help each other in the future endeavours. And I think emailing and networking before the Arts Festival and then perhaps the Arts Festival is the real kind of, you know, it's the push. It's maybe the first time where everyone meets face to face, because having all of these ideas shared online through emails is great, but when you see people physically, like in this room, that's where the real change happens. That's where things get done.
We could collect a year's worth of food waste and create some sort of an art installation from it. So maybe not the actual food, but maybe, because that would be quite wasteful, but we were saying about boxes and things, and it would really make an impact. And then we had a little discussion around maybe getting the schools involved in kind of taking stock of how much food that they are wasting in their lunch boxes or whatever weekly coming up to the actual festival, and that they would then have a say in the installation or something, some kind of connection with it.
One was 24 hours at sea, so it's literally you do 24 hours of a musical instrument playing the note, the C note. So anyone can come at any time with any instrument, but you have to play the C note, isn't that right? So then it's sort of 24 hours at sea, but it also is to tie it in with SEAC.
A few ideas then, kind of fun things to do. You could have a make your own bicycle competition. We thought we could, you know, go to play it to One Roher or the bicycle club to ask for a bit of sponsorship or something to see if they'd want to get involved. A slow bicycle race, a slow bike race.
The idea of electric cars was mentioned on the day as well, that we could maybe link up with the suppliers of electric cars, dealers around, and maybe organise for, you know, to get 2 or 3 people to go for
the spin. All those car parking, those really nice car parking areas for people with electric cars, or like horse and carriage.
Horse and carriage, yeah.
Horse and carriage.
There's a lovely idea from Fiona about wearing heads as well from animals that are in extinction. So there's like so much that we can collaborate on the day, and we're really got into the kind of the Hawthorne magic and the enchantment of that, because that's very, that's very our old folklore, our old history. So we were saying there was lots of things that we can make around that, and we went back to the fact of the bread and cheese, which is like, you know, the leaves and the flowers of the hawthorn, which sustained people at that time of year to get them into the summer.
Make a sort of a start down at the end where Market Green is, and the green area where the big Christmas tree is at the moment, and start a little sculptural piece there, and then have people add to it themselves, so that what we're trying to do is make a massive round ball like the earth, but like what people are adding to it every week. And then maybe one idea was to use chicken wire just as a frame to start it, and then once that sort of fills, you add another layer and another layer, and then when the festival comes up, you just roll this massive ball down the street. So it's sort of bringing awareness to, you know, I suppose all the plastics and the waste.
We were also speaking about CDYS. So when they went over to, our two lovely ladies over here, they went over to Finland, and they kind of created a recycling song with the message of reduce, reuse, recycle. Something that might be very ambitious, but something that would be very definitely very powerful. It's trying to get many people as involved as possible, 1,000, 5,000. You know, have all the primary schools, secondary schools, and everyone together singing the song, doing the actions at the same time. I think is just it's something that would look so just impressive, and you can't really you know, denounce that. You know, it really is something that would look very cool, and so definitely having it, and that would involve then other countries like Finland, and that's just tying in the larger global community as well into it.
Helena was saying about the tour, a kind of like a sustainability tour around Midleton, with all the stops on the way being either you get a food demo, or it might be a butcher that supplies their or gets their meat locally. It could be at Well and Good, it could be at the electric car shop, the Renault one out on the Cork Road. It could be the little areas around Midleton that are now in wildflowers, you know, covered with wildflowers. It might be the park down the council offices that have a lovely wildflower area, and you could have this on a kind of a sustainability tour, a treasure map type of thing.
And maybe like something get at the chefs that are involved in this, in the table, in the sustainable thing. Maybe the chefs against the chefs, maybe other people that are kind of involved, or groups of people, you know, teachers against teachers, something like that for a bit of fun. Maybe a costume bicycle parade, you know, with like hooters and noisy things and things like that, just kind of for a bit of fun.
It was like wishes on the trees around the market for the planet, which we thought would be lovely, just done in recycled paper and stuff. That'd be really nice, because that would be a whole thing at the end of it that could be taken down and put into a big, you know, frame or something, because those wishes are going to be beautiful. Like, we also have a smoothie bike which we can use on the day, which we have already. We felt that we know someone who has a horse and cart, that could do little rides around.
Down in Thomas Street, which is the street that runs down next to where the gallery was, you know, that little street there, the people there, the community there are interested maybe in doing something there. So we were talking about maybe cutting off that street and having like a big long table feast where you would only use like local produce. You literally come with nothing, so people provide like, you know, glassware, tableware, flowers, tablecloths, people sewing to make, you know, bunting and aprons and napkins, and so you get a whole community of people together. People bring their own sort of ingredients and recipes, so maybe really old recipes that we haven't used for a long time, you know, soda bread or soups or whatever, stews. Yeah, so it's about sort of, I suppose, using local and using local knowledge as well for that.
We had a big chat about different shops and how they're being sustainable already and that we don't really know about it. So maybe with Keep Cups getting a reduction on the price, or even refilling your water bottle, or whatever sustainable practices that they're actually doing, and that would be part of the weekend or the arts festival. How am I being climate aware as an organisation, as a commercial enterprise, whatever, in Midleton? So linked to that, we were talking about like maybe a panel discussion that business owners would talk about what they're doing, and a campaign, maybe, you know, hashtag, social media, all the rest.
CDYS, we're also working on a refill project, and they're trying to get firms and businesses in Midleton to agree to just filling up someone's water bottle. If it's a hot day, you've run out of water, you go in, they're okay with filling up your water bottle. Perhaps giving each business a sticker just to separate them from the shops that aren't possibly doing it or don't know to do it. And then perhaps having that sticker in the arts festival. So if there is a business that does take part in doing this, rather than any bottled water, bring your own water and we'll refill it for you. So that's just something that's very important, I think.
We were talking about how the pedestrian crossings, there's none down the end towards the Jameson end. So the idea was to maybe go out at night and just draw like a couple of crossings where we think they should be. And we did think we were going to do a crossing first with chalk, and we thought that might be too dangerous because if somebody goes to cross and they're hit by a car. So you would literally just draw 2 lines and say there should be a crossing here, or there should be, and just go out with chalk some night and sort of do, you know, a little Banksy on it.
So another lovely idea we thought would be to have a board with the different, like a treasure hunt around, because yeah, Fiona called it treasure hunt around Midleton of the different food places that are there, and the local butcher, the abattoir that does the proper meat, or like chefs that support local food, or the little biodiversity spots around Midleton that have the gardens and stuff, and that could all be written from the market. And from ourselves, we made it that like, we said that like, we know what we've written down, we can do it. We can commit to it, which is important, because you can go far out and have all these like great ideas, and then it's like, well, we don't have the time. But we're just saying that it was becoming very, actually our whole thing is becoming very Celtic. And that's real. And if we look into our own ancient folklore or whatever, there's so much sustainability with all those ancient stories about the land and everything.
We hope that by sharing this film, we will inspire other towns to collaborate and see the effect that creative partnerships between artists, schools and local community groups can have on inspiring and helping people take action in their communities. If you're interested in One World Week, check out www.youth.ie. And if you would like more information or want to join Midleton Arts Festival, our website is midletonartsfestival.com. And you can check us out on Facebook and Twitter also.